Hello, good evening, and welcome to Candy's Crafts Corner. How are you all doing today? Today is May 4th. Yes, May the 4th be with you. Star Wars Day. And just wanted to wish you a happy Sunday and show you some of the things that we're going to do. My name, by the way, is Candy Rodo, and I'm coming live from New York City. And let me see that everything is working, that we don't have issues. I think we're okay. I'm gonna adjust the camera a little bit, but we should be ready to roll. All right. Whoops. Okay, this is just my tray because I thought like, there's so many things that we can do with paper tags, and that's what we're gonna talk today about. That I wanted to show you some of the many possibilities, and I have a tray with like a little cushion. That's why it's so high. But anyway, you can make not only tags like this, and this one has like a bread bag kind of opening, so you don't need to tie it. You just can go like this, like I just did that as a sample. You can create cards with that. You can use the stamps as a background. You can actually make a 3D project like this, because with this little thing, you can just use it to spool your ribbons and tie it. Well, okay, this is coming untied, but and and you can use the negative of this tag here to make like kind of like a frame or a diorama possibility. Anyway, so I just wanted to show you a little bit of all the things you can do with this beautiful uh, bundle. This was one of the first ones that when I saw that, I'm like, I need to have it. And I have to say that you're going to find it this week, not on the annual catalog, but on the new upcoming online exclusive that you can find on Tuesday on my page. After I got confused thinking it was last week. No, it was not last week. It was this week. This one is for real. So anyway, so let's start a little bit. Hi, good evening, Deborah. I'm just still adjusting things. All right. I just moved things a little bit to make it more comfortable for me. All right. So let's get going. I'll show you the bundle. I'm having this set here. So that's why the stamps are not there. It's a cling set, which means that it already has the foamy aspect, so you don't need to put it with, you need a stamping mat for that, those stamps. And then you have 6 dies. And you can think it's like, oh, only 6 dies? That's not that much. Well, you can do so much with this that, I hope you'll want to get them once I'm done. So for inspiration this time, I actually drew some of the inspiration from what they presented at on stage when they presented this bundle. And I'm sorry, I forgot to check the name of the lady doing the presentation. And one of the things that I liked was this card here, which I made twice because I forgot to emboss it. First, so I made one without the embossing, and then one with the embossing, and it brings it to another level. I like the one with the embossing better, but and this is just using this little tag shape here, but it's ornate on the side, so I think it looks very pretty. And she used, as I have done, the distress style embossing folder. I think it looks really great. And I even embossed my envelope as well, So let's get to it. I will have to get up and emboss it after we've because you have to stamp it first and emboss it second. But I wanted you to see how I stamped it. And it, it's a little tricky, but doesn't have to be perfect. It took me a couple of tries, as you can see from here, my mat. Anyway, so we are gonna get, okay, we're gonna get to cut the paper because apparently I did not prepare that. Prepare everything else except the paper that we have to cut. And I'm using one of the new ink colors, strawberry slush. Okay, so I think I have one pre-cut here. There we go. I knew I had it. I think this goes like this. I just want to make sure that it's the right size. Yes, it is. So this is 4 by 5 1/4. This is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and this is your regular. This is the thick cardstock, and it's your regular 8 1/2 by 5 1/2 score at the center. Okay, all right. So let's try to make room and start with our stamping. So the lady who showed this suite or bundle on stage, she did that as a vertical card, but most of our sentiments in this that fit in this label, which tag that I already have here, is they're horizontal. So I thought, well, this is the only one that's vertical, the just for you. But I wanted to make a card that it was, like you're so very kind, or consider this a paper hack. I love that sentiment. So the first thing I'm gonna do is just put a full one that's gonna be, and I'm using the guides here, and I hope this is more or less straight, because sometimes you can change when you mount your stamps and you put the as you know, the adhesive drawing comes separate. This came out pretty good. You can actually modify it a little bit if you move it one. Let me show you what I mean. And in my case, this stamp set came a little crooked. As you see, there's a lot of like this, like the words are not centered. So once I put the the adhesive sheet on top of it, it's not in the same place. So if I'm looking at this, I may think it's centered, but I have to go a little bit higher because of this being lower here. But anyway, it's just like live and learn. If that happens to you, you can actually contact Stampin' Up and see if they can send you a set that's better cut. I did it too late. I had already mounted all the stamps and everything, and I just, whatever. I'm gonna live with it. Anyway, so the first thing that you do is, this is gonna be my focus one, where I'm gonna put this on top, this or the other stamp that I had already set. So then from there, just try to, and this is not photopolymer, so you, as I said, you don't know exactly where you're hitting. You're just gonna put them in rows. And you see, this is a little bit more space. And this is hard to see when you're not seeing exactly where your drawing is, but it works anyway. So and just get going with it. Trying to tile them more or less. This one actually didn't let me do it so properly, so I'm just gonna put it right there. Yeah, and I'm just gonna do this one on the center of these two, and then just the last one right there. All right, so more or less like that. And maybe we need just the beginning of that one. All right, and this is our center one, as we said. And if you don't like that one, you can actually turn it around and do another one, the center one. I didn't want it to be exactly the center one. Hi, Suzanne. Thank you for joining. I want it a little bit off to the side, so that's why. So once we've done that, it's very easy. Just pretty much simple stamping. And I don't remember if she mounted hers on dimensionals. I'm gonna mount mine on dimensionals. But before I do that, actually no, we're gonna adhere these two layers and then we're gonna put the ribbon. She didn't put a ribbon, but I wanted a little bit more oomph to my card. Hi, Teresa. I know, but I've already, Teresa is suggesting to trim it. I've done it with other ones, but then I would, because I should have trimmed it before putting the adhesive words, but now I would cut the image if I do that. I mean, it may be okay, but you know, maybe I'll be courageous and I'll try that. All right. Can you see this okay? Maybe I should lower it a little bit. I see it's a little tall today because there we go. How is that? Because before I had my thick tray and it was just too close. So I think now you could see better and you can see how dirty my mat is. But anyway, it's gonna go to the garbage after we're done. So I don't mind. Hope you don't mind either. So before putting that, I said we wanted some ribbon and I'm using one of the new ones. And this is, you know, sometimes stripe trim. Okay. I have trouble finding the right translation because they have it in different languages. So this is my main one. So I want to put the ribbon here. So I'm just going to go like this, my usual way of putting ribbon to my projects. And 5 of us. Who else is on? Say hi, don't be shy. I see Deborah, Susan, and Teresa. But apparently there's 2 more people. All right. So see if it's more or less okay. And now I'm gonna just adhere it. I have a lot to show you today, so I'm gonna try to go fast. Don't I say that every Sunday? But today, yes, today I have more. I mean, they're not all cards, so some things will go faster than others, but you know, and we have a very elaborate diorama card. That's gonna take a little bit. All right, so after we've done that, I'm gonna put this first. I don't know why I did, like maybe I did 2 just to play with it. I'm just gonna attach these 2 together. You could put it in dimensionals, but I'm gonna put the whole thing in dimensionals. So I don't want 2 layers of dimensional, it's just one. So I'm gonna attach this. And you see, that was from one that I didn't like how it looked. And I used the other side of the cardstock. Because nothing goes to waste in my house. All right. I love the fun combination of these 2. I love it. And it has the little 2 hearts here. Consider this a paper hug. So that's a great occasion, all occasion sentiment. Can be used for birthdays, for sympathy, for just hello, just when you want to give a hug to somebody. And that happens very often, thankfully. So, all right. Dimensionals on. put them right on the edges, so they straddle the ribbon. And now that, I want to cover the original one underneath, and then now that I know I have everything positioned. Oh, I said I was gonna emboss it. Okay, well, this one won't be embossed, but you can emboss the whole thing once you've done it to get the full effect of this one. I'm sorry, I'm just chatting away. Oh well, now it's too late. But you know how to do it. Then I'm just gonna do a little bow. I knew there was something that I was missing. Dun dun, candy. All right. That's what I like to have everything pre-embossed, because my embossing machine is on my dining room table, and it's a little bit, once I'm sitting down here, I'm so tucked in within all the project, my TV tray and everything, and the camera, that it's hard for me to get out. So, let's see. I'm just adjusting this a little bit. All right. That's more or less okay. Maybe too big. All right. Now, trim the tails a little bit more. And that's it. And now we can even put some iridescent faceted gems. It's cute, it's simple, and it's cute. It's a little less simple if you emboss it, but it works both ways, I think. I don't know where I put my thingies here. Let's just improvise and then just do that. I love these iridescent faceted gems. Maybe down here. There you go. All right, so, and inside, I actually used just the top of these. I'm gonna do it. I should have done it before. See what happens when Teresa was right. If I trim this won't be an accident, because you pick up extra ink because your stamping area is bigger than your actually image. But anyway, something like that just carries the theme inside. All right, so that's our first card without the embossing. But anyway, if you want it, you can emboss it after you've stamped all the images there. All right. So let's move on to project number 2. And project number 2 could be one of the things that caught my attention from this set. Let's do that one. Let's see if I can reach. Okay, this is done. Is this little piece here, this banner die. And this, you can put it around this, like this. I mean, so you have to put it in an angle first, and then you can actually move it. There we go. Up and down. But see, isn't it cute? And the best thing is that this could be used at any corner. You can use it at a corner of a card if you want, or a layer, because you can put something like this, like in the corner of your card layers, not the card base, because this will come out of the area. But isn't it cute? I love this piece. And you'll see. So let's do this little card. This is this one. Sometimes when you give a little gift, you don't want to give a big card on top of the gift. So, and this is like a in between a tag and a card, right? So like a small little card. And here I'm using new ink colors. Let's just do this one. This is very easy. I'm using the new ink colors Cloud Cover, which is the light blue. And this is a Secret Sea. And this is also new and upcoming. I think it's an online exclusive as well. It's called Flower Garden Foils. But if you see one, it comes in 3 colors. What is it? Cloud Cover, Pretty in Pink, and Strawberry Slash. But one sheet has the flowers, and the other sheet has this. I want to say that it's like a wicker chairs weave or something like that. I don't know what you call that. If there's a specific name, this is the uh, Pretty in Pink, and then we have the same in Strawberry Slash. Great metallic paper, and I love anything metallic too. Everything shiny, you know me. All right, so let's put these layers together. Okay, don't fail me, little guy. We were doing so well. Okay. All right, there we go. This is the new one. I don't know why. They're all giving me trouble. I did this at the card base is 3x3. Well, actually 3x6. And then this is 2 and 7/8, the frame, and then the other one is 2 3/4, the metallic paper. Okay, so we're just gonna adhere the whole thing. And I think this sentiment, happiness enclosed, is a great sentiment. You could put it in your envelopes because, you know, when you send a card, happiness is enclosed, unless it's a sympathy card. I wouldn't do it for a sympathy card, but happiness enclosed is a nice sentiment. And let's stamp this now that we have this. And here's where I have to adjust my stamp unless I do what Teresa suggested, but still, I have to go a little higher than what my words here suggest because of how this is. So hopefully, and you cannot see it. That's a pity of the clink stamps. Let's see. If not, I have another one. Oh yeah, I botched it. So we're gonna throw that one away, and I have another one here. Let's try this again. It's hard. Let's see. Okay, this one is doable. You know, I can live with that. Does anybody has this bundle on their wish list, or they already have it? So now we're gonna put it like that. As you see, it has to go on an angle, and then you can actually put it wherever you want. So I want it a little bit more center, like this. Maybe a little bit more up. Yeah. All right. And now we're gonna just attach it there. And you're gonna put a little bit of glue underneath these to make sure it doesn't move too much up and down. All right. So this is another thing that you can do in vertical, you know. That's the only thing of this. For this tag here, the banner only goes for vertical things because you don't want it like that, I don't think. You don't have anything to put that works. Oh, yeah, the bobbin shapes are good, right? And actually, somebody said, well, many people, so this is like a dog bone. So if you have that stamp set that has all the dogs, that is an all over stamp set, the lady did a card with that and it came very nice. I don't have that stamp set, but I wanted to play with the dog punch that I have that it's retired since, but you know, anything dog like it would work here. You could put like the little dog here. We have new ones coming up with dogs as well. So, you know, lots of possibilities. Let's leave this for the next. And now all we're gonna do is put this in dimensionals here. On dimensional, sorry. Wrong preposition. I like that the little shape almost kind of like tells you where the dimensionals should go. All right. And we center it, and there's our little card. And we used to sell the little square envelopes, but I don't think we have them anymore. But it's not so hard to make an envelope, so you can make an envelope, you can put it in a bigger envelope too, it doesn't matter. And we're gonna just put a little bit more of this iridescent. And just for a little bling. I'm not gonna bother to put white paper under inside because this is light enough, so you can write perfectly well your message there. All right, so this is our second card. And as I said, there's no all of them gonna be cards. So let's make one that is not a card. Okay. Oops, let's not fall on the floor. All right, so let's make let me show you. It's like what I made for this, because people saw like the bobbin, as Teresa was saying, to ribbon shares. If you want to share ribbon with your team or something, this is very, very easy. I use this scrap ribbon that I had here, but say, do I have any more scrap ribbon here? If not, I can just show you without unspooling my whole thing. Let's say I want to share this with one of you. So what I was envisioning, well, many people saw that that's a possibility, but if you have trims or other things like that, you can just use the bobbin shape as Teresa called it. I like the name. And then you can use the other one just like so. I'm not gonna do it because I want to unspool this, and it would help keep it in place if you only adhere this side like I did, right? So you can tuck it in when you're done. Here I have too much, so even if I tuck it in, it still comes out. And you can always put a little bit of adhesive, like a glue dot or something if you want. But you know, like if you want to use it and then use it again, so you can, you know, find ways to put it so doesn't get undone like this. But if you have not that much ribbon as I have in that one, you can just do something like that and just send a little sample of ribbon to a friend or something. Okay, so that's another thing that we can do with these dies. I threw something on the floor. I hope I won't need it. But anyway, I think it was the white label. All right, so moving on. This is called the tag, paper tags. So let's make a tag. And I made this one for a friend who is hosting a graduation party for a friend of hers. And she wanted to give little, just a little token without spending too much money. So I suggested, like, why don't you do that? And I made her tags. I didn't know that she was going to have 35 people, but 35 labels like the tags like this I made. And I, because a graduation party, I just created this little mortar board there. So let me show you how I did it. It's very easy. These are the two of the dies. Let me show you. Is this one and this one. They coordinate, they match perfectly. The little one has the cut. It will cut like what I call the bread back closure, that it's kind of like this. So you don't need to have extra ribbon to put it. Like I showed you right here. You can just do it like you do with your bread. I mean, if you want to put a ribbon still to make it look really prettier, you can, but like this, it works very well as well. So in this case, I have to cut the bottom layer as well, but it's not very hard. So let me show you how I did it. I used paper. She wanted colorful, so I had, you know, like remember the tulip paper? Was very nice. I have a lot of that, so I'm thinking that's a nice paper to put in the bottom. And I wanted people to actually be able to see it. So if you move it, you can see underneath. And so what was I gonna do? Oh yes, I was gonna say, like, you need to cut this. You could cut it what's it's glued, but I'm gonna stamp it first. So this is how it goes. So I just went like this and cut it, do the cuts, and now we can put the whole thing. And then we need the stamp it. It's a wonderful day to celebrate you. And why not? This is a great sentiment also for birthdays or any celebration, you know, any at all. Any accomplishment, a retirement party. If you are celebrating, you can say this. All right, it's a wonderful day. Again, I love the font combination of this set. Love it. And how I made, and what I meant to bring the dice here, but how I made the little mortar board was using, remember the dice that we have to make the cracker packages that had, like, you know, I don't want to go get them because something may fall and everything, but from the size of that die came all these little rhombuses. So much so that I actually use one for, you have so many of them once you did one cracker, and it will give you like so many of these that I'm like, I have to come up with something to do to use this for. And I thought I had the card that I made, like a quilted thingy. Well, I cannot find it. But anyway, you have a lot of rhombuses. So I took one of them like that for my mortar board. And then from the bottom part of this, you know, like, let me grab it from here. I just went like this. I'm just seeing, because if you have this and you have to make a decoration for a mortarboard for graduation, I mean, can work for a graduation card and everything. I just put a little bit of glue there, and I just mount it in the center. All right, and now with a glue dot and a little bit of ribbon, I'm just gonna make it a little smaller because it's usually just fold the glue dot right there a little bit. And for the ribbon, I have this this was the sweet sorbet, which is not strawberry slush, but because it's metallic, it kind of works well. It's a little bit more pink, but anyway, I thought it was cute. So I just went and I knotted it. I hope I'm on camera. All right. Like that, right? Then I cut. And with the top of my piercing tool, or take your pick tool, the pikey one, just open the threads there a little bit, and that's it. Then we're gonna put it like that, and just we're gonna decorate it with one of these sequins. It's not the right color, but I don't care. I know we don't have sequences in strawberry slush, but it's cute enough, I think. And then I just put it in a dimensional on my tack. The dimension also helps it keep it together in case the adhesive is not enough for the to hold these two pieces together, but it usually is. It's not heavy, so all right. And then we're gonna put it right there, and now we're gonna mount it on the other one. And because I want this to move, not move, but at least be more movable, I'm only putting glue around the heart there. Thank you, Deborah. I'm glad you like it. Come on. There we go. Little bit of glue, not too much. That's it. This is important to have the glue because it will open and close, so you don't want it to. And it has to be centered. The heart will give you the guide. Usually, if you line it up right, it will be already centered, but keep an eye on that. And that's it. We can put it on our little bag of treats. And if you don't want to do it like that, you can always use the opening to use it as a regular tag, like not the bread back like this. All right. Thank you for the hearts. I love to see hearts. All right. So let's do another card. And I have like the two last things that I have to show you are both cards. So look, and we're doing great time today. Well, I guess because the projects are a little less complicated. Well, I shouldn't say that, but because one that's coming, it's a little bit more complicated. All right, so let me clear my space so we don't have accidents. And this one is also a card. I'm gonna score it at 4.25 there. I didn't pre-score it. I'm using, did I do it correctly? It looks, oh, maybe it's a visual effect. It looked like it was up. I will see. I'm using Darling Duckling because I wanted to use the new ink colors. It's perfect. It was especially like a, weird effect there that it looked like it was off, but it wasn't. As you can see, perfect card base. And this is also semi-inspired by what that lady did on stage, but I just changed it a little bit. This one is this one. I'll show you the result. So I'm using the tag here, but attached it to a card. And my layers are different. The colors I chose are different. She did this though. And I'm like, oh, how did she color just these special words? It's so easy. It's so easy. Wait till you see it. Anyway, so this is my card base. Then I use the new corrugated embossing folder, and I corrugated this Timid Tiger. I forgot for a second what it's called. Timid Tiger piece of cardstock. It's a little. Let's see how big it is. I think it's 3.5 by 4.75. Yes. And I corrugated it. So now it's a little bit shorter because of the corrugation makes it a little shorter. But anyway. All right. So I'm just gonna glue this, do my layer first, and then we'll do the tag. Recentering. I'm usually don't use these colors, but I thought these were very happy colors, and they go with the sentiment that I chose for this card, for this tag, which is the "May your day be filled with sunshine and laughter." I've already stamped this and cut it because I wanted to die cut it and make sure this is the one that you have to cut it, die cut it for stamp it first and then die cut it afterwards. So you make sure that you get it totally right. So that's why I couldn't do it right now. But all you have to do now is get. I thought she was doing something with the stamp itself. No, all you do is get the marker and just go around the words that you want in whatever color you want. I wanted this, and I don't have the Darling Duckling marker. I have to get it when it comes out, but it was not on the pre-order. So we just go like this. Isn't it easy? I thought it was some complicated technique. And no, it's not. And because it's black, even if you're a little off, it won't show. So there you go. Now I'm just gonna do the sunshine. So I'm using Daffodil Delight, a little darker, that or Darling Duckling, but it still works. And There we go. How do you like that? Isn't it easy? I thought it was, like a great idea. Loved it. Then we're gonna mount this in the base. See, this one I'm not cutting. So I'm just gonna mount it right there. Oh, and I didn't do the other layer. This one is the back because I wanted these colors featured. And this one is the back of this. Also in the new upcoming catalog. It's called Florals in Bloom. And well, I'm saying the back. I don't know if they call it front and back. This one has that, but this one is too much, I think. So it's not bad either. What do you guys think? Should I do this side for variation? Or should I do the spotted thingies here? I'll let you think about it for a second. Meanwhile, I'm gonna do the ribbon. And for the ribbon, I'm using the same striped ribbon that we used before. And we're gonna... Nobody has anything to say about it? No preference, people? We're gonna tie it. And this is thread that I had, again, is not Timid Tiger. It's another orange. It came from the trio of what is it called? I have it right here. I'll tell you in a second. 3 twine combo pack. It came in these colors. So I figured like, well, that's orange. Kind of goes pretty well. It's almost the same Timid Tiger. So I'm liking it. Just gonna do you like the spots? Yeah, I think it works better with the spots. It's a little too busy with the flowers. I'm with you, Teresa, so I'm gonna do the spots. All right, so now that I tied it, I may trim the tails once I put it down. So let's do the spots then. All right. Little bit of extra because of the creases on the extra glue, because of the creases on the corrugated cardstock. Center, more or less. And then we're gonna mount this on dimensionals again. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna put 2 in the center as well because this is pretty long. 5 and 6. All right. Peel the backs. And right there you have it. And I used the InColor iridescent pearls, I think it's called. I'll tell you in a second once I find them, and we put them on. Right. As I said, once I found them. There we go. I like them a lot. They're, InColor flat pearls. And they come in the new InColors. Secret Sea, Cloud Cover, Timid Tiger, Darling Duckling, Strawberry Slash. Okay, so we're gonna put, I put one big one and two medium ones, I think, or two small ones. I'm gonna do two medium ones now. Right here. Yeah, this is not in the right place. There you go. And I'm gonna move this one up a little bit. There. All right. This one, yes, it will need an inside. Well, or not. You can write in yellow if you want. But I want to put an inside. Oh, it's not cut. Let me see. There. And what you can do is use whatever the little hearts that come from here. You know how I was telling you that with the cracker dies, you get a lot of rhombuses left over? With this one, you get so many hearts. Look, this is from all my tags that I made for my friend. But we have the yellow here. Actually, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do this. Let me see if I can find another one with more yellows and oranges. There. Perfect. So we're gonna do these three to decorate this. How about that? Yeah, I'm thinking all these hearts you can use for a shaker card too. Because wouldn't it be fun to make something with the shaker card elements already kind of done for you? You can mix them with sequins too, so it would be nice actually. So this is gonna go like this. Just a little bit. I don't want any extra glue, so just a tiny bit, and this is paper, so it doesn't need that much. There. May your day be filled with sunshine and laughter. Another perfectly useful saying for any occasion, because that's a nice wish to wish to somebody. All right. And let's go for the last one. The last one is the diorama card, and it comes from this. You know, you cut this tag, and the negative gives you a nice frame. I used it for a diorama. You can use it just to frame just anything. And as you see, I also used the little banner on the side. And this is not properly glued. And I had to cut it a little bit because, as you'll see, my diorama has a stop here. So it's not that I can put it, as I showed you before, in the corner. Let me grab another one to explain what I mean. If you do it, let me see. Like, let me grab this, for instance. If you do it here in the corner, and the colors don't match, I know, but it works perfectly. And then you can just put it like that, and it has like a little note in the corner. You can make this a little smaller and everything. But this one, this is too deep for my fold here, so it got stuck, so I had to trim it a little bit. But anyway, we'll get to this in a second. You like the idea, Teresa? Yeah, it's a great set of dice. Honestly, you said like, oh, only 6, but it makes so much more. You get all the little hearts. You get this. You can use this on its own too. You don't need another tag. You can put like other die cuts here in the middle that are not the one that coordinates with this. You can use them separately together. You get the little banner thingy. You get the result of the extra one, as I said. And then the bobbin ones, as Teresa calls them, they're also very, very versatile. As it's like it's a very good set. I was very excited with it. So let's see what I can do with it. What I came up with it. I mean, so I'm using here is my frame. I could have used like the whole thing and make a much bigger scene, but I kind of like the fact that it was like a little smaller. So this is a half an inch bigger than the actual die. So the die is 2.5, and so I made this 3, and then it's 4. No, I want to say it was 4.5 or 4.25. Let me just tell you correctly. It was 4 actually. So I did 4.5. Yeah, it's a little bit more than 4.5 because probably it's a little bit more. Yeah, I remember it was 4 1/8. That's what it is. It's 4 1/8, and I did 4 5/8. My base. So my base is 3 by 4 5/8, and then I cut this in the center, which gives me kind of approximately, because of the wavy thing, it gives me half an inch around. Yeah. All right. So how we put this together? Sorry, I had to get a drink of water. So let me put this aside. And this we'll need later. So let's work with the diorama part first. Oh, and then, sorry, let me tell you exactly. I also use the Thoughtful Journey DSP, which you'll be happy to know. Well, I was happy to know because it was one of my favorite DSPs of last year. Is carrying on to the new catalog. So both this one and the Autumn Expressions, that's a similar one, but more for autumn. They're both carrying on the new catalog. And I think I'm allowed to say that. But anyway, if you haven't seen it, the new catalog comes live on Tuesday. So get ready. And there's something that was not on the pre-order list. There's a couple of things. There's a lot of things that were not on the pre-order list, but I really looking forward to it. Where's my other piece of? Okay. Oh, here it is. I already pre-did that. So this is 1 inch by 3, 1 inch by 3, and I score it at a quarter. So it's scored in quarter. So we're gonna go in the half, and like this. And like this. So we're making a W or an M. See, it depends how you put it. And I'm going to put it as whatever. Depends on where you look for it from it. Like I put it like this, facing with the mountain facing that way. Like an M, I guess, if I look it from this side. All right. So we're going to score it well. And then same in the middle and then upwards. And that's for the other side. All right. And then I didn't have that prepared, but I can get it in a second, I hope. Because we're going to need like a layer here so I can put things in the middle. So you'll have 3 distances. This is the first distance. And then there will be, with my little mountain here, I'm going to adhere a strip, which will give us like a middle ground. And then we'll have the background, which is our main image. Okay. So let's put this together first. And then I'll find us a strip. It is not going to be visible, but I'm going to make it the same color just in case people look at it from the top or something. So this just goes flush there. And we give it a second. And we'll do the same on the other side. And while it dries, we'll get a strip, a very thin strip that is 4 and 3. What did I say? 4 and 5/8. Yes. Oh, see, it needs to give time to adhere, to activate the glue. All right. So that's our frame, more or less. And now let me grab. Yeah, I have plenty. This is too short. And I like to use my places that I'm not gonna, like this, for instance, you know, like this is not gonna go to waste, but I don't know if I have enough for, maybe from this side. Yeah, this side for sure. So let me cut a little thin strip that's like more or less an 8. But I'm gonna do by 4 and 5/8. So I'm gonna cut it like this. I'm using every little piece of my scraps, as you can see. Yes, like that. Maybe it's a little bit more than, yeah, I want it a little thinner. Okay, still take something from here, so this is not going to the garbage just yet. So this thin strip, it's a little thicker than the one I put. We're gonna put it right here in the little mountain that my M made. If I make myself clear. So I just need a little bit of glue on it, extreme. Oof, that's too much. All right. And I'm gonna put it towards the bottom. It doesn't have to be flush with the bottom. Okay, got some glue there. Like so. All right, it has to adhere to the middle one. All right, so see, if we look at it like this, now we have like a middle part, and then we'll have the background. When this opens, it will give us 3 layers of depth. All right, so now we're gonna cut our DSP. And with this picturesque DSP, I'm using this. You can use any other DSP that you want, that, you know, to create your scene. I like this one. And I know that this has more Misty Moonlight or Night of Navy, but I think it works well with, what is this knot? Okay, I see. No, it's fine. Wow. It's not flash, but anyway, it doesn't matter. So I'm just gonna select where I want it, and I kind of like it like this. So I am gonna maybe like this, so we see a little bit of the purple too. So I'm just gonna trim it from here, and remember, I have to trim it at the same measurements that I trimmed my frame. So I'm just gonna grab this like this. And it's gonna be 3 by, and save this, 3 by 4 and 5/8, like that. Save these two. It's a little different from the one I had done, I think. Oh no, it's kind of the same. Anyway, and now that we know how it's gonna go, and I don't know why this is not folding in. There, I think you have to show the paper who's boss. And I am here. And now there's something, and I think it's the middle thing. Maybe I did it too long. Yeah, I think I'm gonna trim this a little bit because this is giving me trouble. So that's what you do. You just adjust. Just put the glue in there. There. Now we're gonna put this in place. Yes. All right, now it lets me fold it better. And now that you know how it's gonna go, now I can decide where to put my elements on the middle ground. So I want something that it's a little lower here, and something, and I have my little deer there. I'm just gonna attach right here, and I'm gonna just put a little bit of glue on his legs. All right. I was just checking because I saw some comments pass by, and I was checking that I saw them all. So, all right. This deer comes from Grassy Grove. You can use other elements. You can put a tree, you can put a branch, whatever you have or like. All right. So now we have a little guy there that it's like, it's much higher than just putting dimensionals. Oh, something's happening here. Show on stage. I don't know what happened. Thank you. I saw an angry face. I hope it's just a fat finger that just pressed the wrong thing. Sorry. I saw like a lot of hearts and smiley faces, and then I saw an angry face. Meh. Hopefully it's nothing bad. I'm just trying to read what has on the top of my phone there, but anyway. Okay, so I think I want something else, like some trees or something. So from this piece that I already saved, I can just fussy cut a little tree, and I don't want it too tall because I don't want to cover the trees in the background. Just to give like the dimensionality of an idea of the dimensionality of it. Okay. All right. This is gonna be on the side. So I just want to make sure that it's here in the bottom. So it's like another row of trees a little closer to the viewer. I'm just gonna do a little bit of glue here for my strip and for the side. Ugh, all right, let's put it this way. I find sometimes it's easier to put it from underneath. All right, so that goes like that. See, it's not in the first row, it's in the middle row. There. All right. So now that we have it, I can adhere these two sides. They're the same size of my frame, so they have to go to the right to the edge. And right to the edge. And I don't know why. Maybe it's a little bigger than I want it, but it's okay. Yeah, this is not aligning properly. Seems a little bigger than my frame, but it's okay. I think it works anyway, right? And you can flatten it to put it on your envelope. And then as it will pop up when you take it off. All right. You can put your sentiment here. You want to stamp directly on your paper, that's fine. Or we can use the little, and I think I have one that I've already stamped. Yeah, I cut this from the same DSP. And see what this is what I was telling you, that this is too deep for my fold there. So I'm just gonna cut it like that. I actually ideally would like to make this like a Christmas card because I think it's a beautiful Christmas card. Is it too early to start with Christmas card? No. It's never too early in my book. And I actually joined a challenge from Created the Author Way from this British lady who has great tutorials for fan folds and such. And you're supposed to create every month 10 cards, just the same. Come up with this one design and do 10 off or 5 off of however you need. And then by Christmas or the holidays, you have already a bunch of them made without having to stress about it so much like I have to. But I've been so busy, I haven't even started. This could be my first one. It's a little elaborate to make 10 of them. I think I don't want to have 10 of each because I want more variety in my holiday cards. So I'm gonna try to catch up and do 5 of each. So this could be my first. Anyway, so this for the background, I chose the spruces because it goes with the theme, and I did the purple to pick up a little bit of the purple that we have there. And this is Highland Heather, and I'm mounting it on Secret Sea. I like this embossing folder because it can go both ways. It can go this way or the other way, and you never know which one is the right one. Probably I'm doing it the reverse, but it's okay. As I said, because these are okay, they're coming up and some are going down, so it doesn't matter. It's reversible. All right, and then once I have that, I'll just put my little diorama on top. So the only thing I find more challenging about this little banner that I love so much is that you have to find really, really small sentiments because it's very small. So one word or 2 words but are short and small. And I actually didn't have any Christmassy one that was short enough for this around. I mean, I have, because I have my Christmas stuff put away. So until July at least. Alrighty. So these are the cards, and I guess you could put some. Oh no, it's not. I haven't finished. I had to. Yes, I have to put a little bit more flowery things here. This comes from the new Gallery Blooms, and I'm gonna put it right there. I cut it also from the DSP. And right there, and that's why I didn't think it needed a lot of things. I mean, you could put more stuff if you want to decorate your frame, but it's nice to see the frame too. You could have put this one instead. I also had this from Grassy Grove, so you can actually do something like that. But you know, I like it like that, simple, with these two little things. Just one here, one there, and that's it. And then your elements in the middle. And if you want to put some embellishments, you could do that too. Anyway, so that's a few of the many things. Joy may work very well, Teresa. You're totally right. I have to find that, and I have many joys. As everybody, it has to be a small enough joy that fits in this. Great idea. Anyway, so let me show you all the little things that I've shown you that you can do with these 6 dies and the matching stamp set. Let's put this one here. And my little tag for this and the other card. And they all in? No, they're not. But anyway, you saw them already. All right, so this is all I have for you. This week is an exciting week. The new catalog comes out Tuesday, as well as a bunch. And when I say a bunch, is a bunch of online exclusives. Thank you for the hearts. And yeah, so I'm excited for that. As I said, there's a few things that were not available for pre-order, so I can't wait to order them. One of them is the, I can't see, banners, something. They mix actual real sized banners. It's like a huge thing. It's great. So I'm looking forward to getting that and a couple of other things. All right. So I think I've shown you the versatility of this bundle, and I hope that you like it. And I'll see you. Thank you, Teresa. I'll see you next week. Okay. I think probably next week I want to play with the tote and notes again. I did a little bit of pre-thingy, I think, but I want to show you more with that. All right. So have a very nice week. Don't forget to check the new items coming on Tuesday. And let me know if you need help with anything, if you're not a demonstrator yourself. And please, I always forget to say that, but please, if you're not already subscribed, subscribe to the channel or follow my page, and then you'll get notified when I go live and everything. And that's it. And if you don't have a demonstrator, I'd love to be your demonstrator and guide you through the many things that you have in the catalog and the online exclusives and give you ideas. Alrighty. So have a very good night, and I'll see you all next week. Bye.